afternoon. This is the Hotness and Sweetly. Welcome back to another edition of our Restaurant Magic Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm the Hotness, and I'm joined by my co-host Sweetly.
Business.
Whew, okay, so I started in 2011, and my path was so unconventional. So I saved money. It was 30,000. But of course, I mean, usually restaurants need like at least 100,000 to start, and and I went ahead and pulled out a bunch of credit cards, and went ahead and applied to a bunch of credit cards all at the same time. I did it all at the same time so that they won't deny you just because you're opening it. So, and I wouldn't recommend that for anyone. So I did like 40,000 in credit cards.
Okay.
And I started on Wake Forest Highway. It's like off 98 in Durham. And it was like this little spot at the gas station. You couldn't tell me that this wasn't a rundown spot. Like, I knew like this was the greatest place. I didn't care what anybody said. So I had tore out the floors, replaced it. Mind you, I'm leasing this and did like all this extra work. Yes. And I'm talking about really it was run down. So I fixed it up. And then we opened in August of 2011, and my mom at the time had helped me out. And I actually didn't tell them that I was working on a restaurant. I kind of surprised them, and I was like, Mom, you need to move up here. I'm trying to start a restaurant. That's the only person I really told besides, at the time, my fiance. And so she came up, and she was working with me, so we were doing our thing. She was showing me, a couple things. And mind you, the first day I opened, and I would tell everyone, this is like my tip. Do not open, like do a soft opening before the grand opening. I didn't know how to start any equipment. I didn't know how to turn on our fryer. I was opening at 11 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know how to work the equipment. So what am I doing? Like, it's different when you're cooking at home. And then you just jump out there, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna be busy the first day. Everything's gonna go well. People love Southern food, so this is not gonna be a problem.
Can't beat it.
Oh my goodness, the first day everything went wrong. All the stuff was messed up. I had probably 10 people show up that day, couldn't start. So I had to go ask the people next door in the other restaurant.
Oh wow!
To turn on my equipment.
Your equipment.
Yes.
Well, you know what? That's all right. You were modest, and you told them, "Hey, I don't know how to do it. Help me." So,
and they were
and
laughing.
some people won't do that,
Yes.
And it's all right to need help. It's okay.
Right.
And I hope they helped you.
They did.
All
They
right,
did. They were
good.
so nice. They were laughing, like, "What is this girl doing?" Everybody's looking at me like I'm this little kid. Like, what is she doing? So that's pretty much how I got started.
Okay. All right.
Well, you have the ambition. I'm very, impressed. You're just like, I may not know how to work this equipment, but I'm going to go ahead and we're opening a restaurant. And I love it. And how did you decide on the name of your restaurant, Bee's Kitchen?
Veronica.
Okay, so I named it after my grandmother, Veronica. Because she's I was raised with my mom and my grandmother. Those who helped me, inspired me to cook. We used to cook at the church. My grandma was the type to have Sunday dinner, and she used to teach me at like 5 years old. That was just something that I had started learning early, and I loved. There were certain things like memories I associate with food in her, like smelling the chicken and dumplings was like when I came home from church, it excited me. Like I remember certain smells, and it'll bring back memories. Like that's how passionate I am about the food. So I wanted to dedicate to her just to show her how much I appreciate her. Not even with just showing me how to cook, but this is a woman who helped raise me when my mom had to work 3 jobs. So. Yeah, and she didn't know at first. When she came up here, I revealed it. Yeah, and she was so excited. She was like, "You named it after me," because they call her V.
Okay.
And so she was like, "You named it after me." I was like, "Yeah, Grandma, I appreciate what you've done." And it was a big deal. So it was important that she know that I appreciate her.
Good. So what makes V's Kitchen unique from any other soul food restaurant?
Oh my goodness, that's such a good question. One, I would say the love that I put in the food. I'm passionate about what I do. I can't speak for anyone else, but I know that I believe that it's love. Like I can have the same person cook my recipe and it will not taste the same. I'm talking about I will do the exact same recipe, but just because I know, I'll let them know, like, look, you gotta put love in this food. Like you can't just be throwing them chicken dumplings together. You got to roll it out and place it in the pot neatly. So like I really am passionate about like, and that's how my grandma used to be, and I didn't understand at the time when I was younger when she used to talk about cooking with love, because I used to throw it together. Like we used to do an apple pie, and she was like, oh no, you just kneading it all rough and stuff, you got to slow down, take your time. So yeah, it was one of those things that I just learned, like, you cook with love. Whatever you do, you just cook with passion. And I feel like that's what I bring that's different.
Yeah, that is so true. Among all the other restaurant owners that we've spoken with, they all say the same. It's all about love and what you put in your food. And you're all about love. Because how special is that you did this for your grandmother? You just surprised her. That is just like awesome, right, Sweetly?
Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. I hope one day Antonia does something nice for me like that. That's my daughter. But look, we all have favorite dishes. We all have signature dishes, most restaurants. So you tell me, what's the favorite dish that you like, but what's the signature dish that everybody wants when they come in?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I would say my favorite dish would probably be what I could eat every day is fried chicken. So,
just like the hot dish. I love me some fried chicken. I wanted to order it tonight, but my friend's like, no, you eat too much fried chicken.
So I don't knock it. I can eat it every day. So, yeah.
Okay, so that's yours. And what about the signature?
The signature, which I was so shocked, is pork chops.
Mm.
And it's so funny because everybody say they don't eat pork. You know, I was like, I don't know if I should do pork chops. I don't know if people really will eat pork like that, because I kept hearing how people don't really eat pork. And so when I decided to bring it out, they loved it. And I was like, oh man, because I remember people saying you need veggie dishes and stuff like that. So I just stayed true to the South. And even the fact that our pork chops is bone in. So you know how sometimes they do the tenderloin. I was like, no, I got to bring it back like the real deal pork chop.
Yes, and Sweetly loves that, right, Sweetly?
That's all I was gonna say. Hotness, that pork chops are my favorite. And yes, you better have that bone in there, because that's what that flavor is. So I am so glad that you stuck to true Southern tradition.
Right.
Way to go, India. Way to go, V's Kitchen. Audience, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to ask India, was there a time she ever wanted to, give up and throw in the towel? But we're happy that she didn't. But we're going to come back and find out how she did it. We'll be back.
My name is Jimmy Davies, and I'm the owner of the Every.Black family of websites. I created EveryBlackEntrepreneur.com because we must become entrepreneurs, and we have to use technology to level the playing field. We support our members by highlighting them in a weekly email announcement. We create a monthly directory where every member has a full-page display. One of the largest advantages of joining the Every.Black family is the ability to network with all of the other members. We have also partnered with the Truth Network to provide a 10% discount for anyone joining and using the discount code of TRUTH, TRUTH, when signing up. Go to everyblackentrepreneur.com. Click on the sign up button and join today. You can reach us at 919-265-8045. Sign up today and join the movement to achieve economic freedom.
When will I get married? Waiting can never be easy. Whether it's waiting on a taxi or a job promotion, it can be difficult. When it comes to waiting on Mr. Right, aka Boaz, it becomes even more challenging to wait while you're single. In this lighthearted book, Where's Boaz? I don't know, I'm tired of kissing frogs too. Best-selling author Nevada York offers suggestions based on the Bible's great love story of Ruth and Boaz and from her own experience of waiting on God. You will learn the attributes of Ruth and use the Ruth reality chart to do a self-check on your own attributes. Nevada also shares the 10-step plan that Ruth followed to win her Boaz. Obedience and being a blessing plays a key role. Trust the Lord and His timing. Make your season of singleness Ruth-defining. Order Nevada York's latest book, Where's Boaz? I don't know. I'm tired of kissing frogs too. Available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle.
Welcome back, audience. This is the Hotness and Sweetly. We are here with India Jackson of Bee's Kitchen in Durham, North Carolina. And before we went to break, I had asked India, was there a time where you ever wanted to throw in the towel in regards to your business?
Oh, it was a couple. So, of course, I did the credit card thing, which I wouldn't suggest. Again, I'm giving you the warning. So the restaurant didn't blow up immediate like I thought I would. So our first location, I went ahead and we just was in the hole every month for 2 years. 2012, my mom passed away, and I was like, you know what? Let me take a break. And I couldn't really even go to that location anymore, but it was kind of needed for me to move out of there because it was just so much going on. And I even had pushback with some of the locals, just because they weren't really used to a black person being in the area. So it was terrible. So I closed up, and then came out here to this location off of Miami Boulevard. Started again. It didn't start immediately again like what I thought. So I was like, you know what? This is when I really learned to put everything in God's hands. And so I have to say, when God turned this around, like, I can't give any credit to anybody else, because the way this happened, I really wasn't big on promotion. So I just wasn't big on social media, like, interacting like that. And, I'm getting better now. I wasn't,
It's intimidating at times.
It is.
Especially when you don't know about anything about it,
It is.
So it's intimidating.
And I work in the restaurant. So I don't have time, like, I'm cooking, then doing the accounting, then trying to run, staff. It was just so much. And then thank God for my husband, because he was supporting and trying to help me as much as possible while doing another job. So 3 years in, okay, this is, we were like, you know what? If this doesn't work, we'll give it to August. If this doesn't work, we're just going to end it. I said, but we need to apply the principles that we're learning in church. So every day we started quoting scriptures.
Yes.
Proverbs 10:22.
Yes.
We said, the Lord blesses me with riches, and I have no regrets. Then it was Mark 11:24. Whatever we ask for in prayer, believe that we received it and it is ours. Every morning we would pray and continue to say this. And so all of a sudden I start seeing things manifest. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, babe, this is working, right? And so one day we start seeing a line in the restaurant during our lunch, and I was like,
look at that.
Oh my goodness. God. Yes. I was like, oh my goodness, we got a line. I was like, babe, I called him. I was like, babe, we got a line. Like, people are at the door. I don't know what's going on. We can't handle the traffic. I don't know what to do. And he was like, just they come. This is what we've been praying for. Right. But it's funny because you ask for it, and then when you see God working, it's almost like he was like, India, if this is what you really want, start preparing. Right. Because at one time, I was being cheap, when you're going through a situation financially, you're not trying to cook all this food at one time. You don't want to go to waste. Right. He was like, if you cook that food, I'll go ahead and make sure it sells. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. That's what happened. So then all of a sudden, when I thought I was about to turn the towel, we started believing, claiming it. And by August, literally, we started hitting numbers that we were supposed to. It was just a quick turnaround.
Wow. Listeners, do you hear that? You need to believe in God, and you need to believe that he is what he says he is. He says, I am the I am. He is everything you want him to be, and she just told you that. So that's one great point. So continue to strive at what you do. Don't give up. Get your scriptures. That's right, get them. Place them on your mirror. Write it down everywhere, and speak God's word back to him. And see what'll happen. She just told us what'll happen, and we're just so excited about that. I just love that. I love that story right there. So listeners, do what you're supposed to do now. You already know. So we're going to change it a little bit, and then we're going to ask you about nutritious things that you do. Is there anything in your menu that you are catering to now with all these healthy folks coming out? Is there anything on your menu?
Okay, so baked chicken.
Okay.
You can eat that, and usually if I'm, especially after the holidays, I'll go straight to my baked chicken. I literally eat my food every day, and I stay in shape. I go to the gym. I keep it,
Good
keep
job.
it together.
I gotta work on that
one. So even when I eat my fried chicken, a lot of the stuff and some people may assume that we use a lot of salt, and I think sometimes they confuse it with flavor because there's other things that I'm using like garlic and pepper, all this different stuff. And so I don't use a lot of salt. I never had high blood pressure, and I eat my food literally every day. My husband eats my food, and he's won competitions and weightlifting and all that. So it's something that mainly I will stick to if you're really, really trying to cut back, which you can eat almost anything that's not in moderation. But baked chicken, do like some green beans, the rice, even the collards, that doesn't have a lot of salt. I use a lot of turkey meat.
Okay.
So it's smoked turkey.
Okay.
That's a good option. Not trying to be funny. I eat the fried fish and don't gain weight. People have a thing with fried, but I wouldn't eat fried every day.
Right, every day.
So there's things that you can choose. We have different specials. So we have our chicken broccoli casserole. Usually I put that out in January because everybody's trying to lose weight. That's when I put that out.
That's the New Year's resolution, all the time. But I think just anything, long as it's in moderation, and you'll be just fine.
Oh yes, I agree. Even though I'm sitting here thinking how much fried chicken can I really eat? You
hotness, a whole, I can't even imagine, bucket. Yeah, you can eat a lot of fried chicken, hotness.
Well, that's good to know. I'm happy now. Okay, India, what does your family think about you having the restaurant? You having any brothers, sisters, your siblings, or just family in general? What do you think about you just stepping out and just doing your own thing?
They're really supportive. My sister bakes cakes. For that's not hers right now, the one that you had.
Oh, okay, but she bakes cakes professionally.
Yes.
Oh, what's her business?
And her not professionally. She bakes it for here, but her business is called Asia Bakes Cake. She still works at the same time, but they are so good. So she's involved as far as baking the cakes. My grandmother gets excited when I tell her the stories of how well everything's going. My family's really supportive. My aunt comes down and visit, and she came from D.C. and she loves that I'm doing, and she's an entrepreneur herself, so to see someone younger, the younger generation, she's
it's
really
in your
supportive.
blood to do. You got great cooking from grandma, and you have entrepreneurs in your family, so it's just in your DNA to just step out on faith and get this restaurant going, and we thank you for it, right, Sweetly?
Oh, I thank you so much. Everything was so good.
She's crying, audience. Wipe your tears. I know the pork chop was good, but come on. But yeah, it is great. Great, delicious food. And so do you have any future plans? Do you think about expanding, doing anything different?
We are. My husband and I have been looking at different areas. We want to do another location, and we want to change our model a little bit. So within the year or two, we see ourselves having another location.
Raleigh, may I suggest?
Oh yes, she's sweetly shouting out Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Hey audience, we're going to come back in a few minutes. We're going to check with India to see if Raleigh could possibly be on the options list. I don't know. But we'll be right back, audience.
Hey girl, that's a nice t-shirt you're wearing. Where did you get it?
I got it from TeamJesusClothing.com.
Really? I like the messaging and the colors. They're so vibrant.
Yes, TeamJesusClothing.com has a lot of t-shirts and hoodies with encouraging messages. They have styles for both men and women.
Wow, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to TeamJesusClothing.com to place my order now.
Yes, definitely go to TeamJesusClothing.com and be sure to check out my favorite shirt designs, Team Jesus and Won't He Do It?
I can't wait. TeamJesusClothing.com, here I come.
Shouldn't laws be black and white? Doesn't everyone deserve the same treatment? For 15-year-old Gemini Berry, the answers are obvious. But then a crime shocks Gemini's small town, and she learns that many adults see things in shades of gray. In Mika Chanel's novel, Just as the Sky is Blue, Gemini Berry is forced to grow up fast when her mother agrees to play a central role in a sensational murder trial that tears her small town apart. As the trial spins out of control, secrets are revealed and old debts are settled, and Gemini's life is ultimately changed forever. Order Mika Chanel's book, Just as the Sky is Blue. Just As the Sky is Blue is available on Amazon.com, Kindle, and Audible.com.
Welcome back, audience. This is the Hotness and Sweetly. We're here in Durham, North Carolina at Bee's Kitchen, and we are interviewing India Jackson. She's the owner and what, chef? I think she's just like a superwoman. I don't know, but she's doing everything. Right, Sweetly?
She's doing it all and doing it all well. And before we end, we would just like for you to give a piece of advice that would help any future entrepreneurs that are trying to open up their restaurants. I know you gave us tips. One, don't do no credit cards. But what else would you tell them? And the greatest one that you told us was do your scriptures and follow God. But is there anything else that you would like to tell us?
Okay. Besides following God, 'cause that was going to be my piece of advice, but that has to be first. Believe in yourself. The doubts that you have, speak against them. What that means is when that doubt come in your head, just speak, I can do it. I can be successful. But don't let those doubts and negativity take over, because when you hear criticism and you deal with a lot being a restaurant owner, it can really weaken your mind. So you have to continue to build yourself up. Even, also focusing on the word, but literally speak positive into yourself.
And that could be hard to do, especially when you're bombarded by, daily life and things that you handle just on
We call them distractions.
Yeah, distractions. So you've been like battling the battle for V's Kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I just commend you on, your strength to do so, because I know sometimes it's so much easier to give up and just be like, I'm done. But you stuck it through. And I think the love that you have for your grandmother and the experiences you had growing up just help you persevere and do that. Obviously, also with
I think that's so neat. Like a smell can bring back just, because God says we are a sweet aroma in his nostrils. So, when you talked about that smell and coming in the house, my house was the same way. And I just believe that we are just a sweet smell in God's nostrils. So that smelling thing, it was real important, and that was a wonderful thing to hear about. It really was.
Thank you.
And one last thing, India, do you mind sharing with the audience and how they can find you, more information about your restaurant, website, social media?
Okay, our website is VS, so this is like Victor, V is in Victor, vskitchenrestaurant.com. You can find us the same V's Kitchen Restaurant on Facebook. And we're located on Miami Boulevard, right behind the Sheets where T.W. Alexander intersect. So look us up, check us out.
Audience, please look them up and check them out. Actually, just come here, because this food ain't no joke. I mean, like I said, Sweetly was crying over the pork chops. I'm not consoling her because she knows better. She shouldn't eat the whole thing. But I just wanted to remind the audience some of the scriptures you said. India said Proverbs 10:22 and Mark 11:24. Those were the ones you recited every day. How awesome is that, Sweetly?
Awesome. And I'd also like to thank the spouse over here, Mr. Trevin, for the support that he gives you, because it is so important that you have a spouse that is supportive of you. Because sometimes you have those ones that I want all your time. I just want you with me, or either I got plans of my own, I ain't got time for you. But God has blessed you with a supportive spouse.
Thank you.
Your Boaz is the bomb. All right. Shout out to Trevin.
Shout out.
Shout out to Trevin.
All right now. So we thank you for joining us and listening to us, audience. This has been Sweetly and the Hotness, checking out what your restaurant is all about.
Hi, this is Bishop Michael Beck Sr., the business bishop, CEO of Truth Radio and Television Network. We're a streaming broadcast station bringing tools to take you to the next level with mission-driven messages, best in entertainment, advice, resources from some of the most influential businesses, ministries, and relationships, as well as personal development leaders in the world. Inspiring everyday people with a true passion for love, life, business, and what they do best. If you'd like to take what you do to the next level, your exposure is based upon your expansion. Your expansion is based upon your exposure. What we'd like to do is to help you get to the next level. If you'd like to partner with us, if you've enjoyed the program that you're now listening to, give us a call at 818-280-8198. 818-280-8198. If you have something that you'd like to share with the world, give me a call, 818-280-8198. Remember, truth crushed to earth will rise again.